Hello everyone. In this video, we will see the different styles of how function can be declared, defined and called. Here we have the three aspects of function. Declaration, that is, we have to declare, we have to give the return type, name and argument list. Why we need the declaration means because the compiler needs to understand that you have given a user defined function in your program. Next is the definition part. That is, whatever the operations or the process you want to be done inside a function, you have to write down in the definition of the function. That is inside the function body, inside the curly brackets. Next is the call of the function. That is, this can be done inside the main function, and whenever the compiler goes to the call of the function, it will go to the definition and it will execute. The name should be same of the function and the number of parameters you are passing inside the call should be same, and that is the number of argument list in the definition of the function. Now here we will see a function may accept or may not accept any argument, and even it can return type and may not return any value, right? Based on these facts, we have different aspects of function call. First one is function without arguments and without return type. Next is function without arguments and with return value. Next is function with argument and without return type, and function with arguments and with return value. Now here, first thing, no arguments and no return value. In the second style, no arguments but return type is there. And in the third, you can pass the argument but there is no need to return any value. Fourth is passing the argument as well as returning some value from the function. So now in this video we will see in detail with the help of program about all these four aspects of function calling. Example for function without argument and return value. Now here we are taking a program to display a message. Here we have a function named print message. This is a user defined function, and here you can see we are giving the return type as void, means nothing is returned, right? You can see here void means no return type, without any return type, return value, and this is without any argument, empty, without any argument, right? So this is the first way, that is no return type by giving the return type as void, and no argument, that is the function is without argument, right? Printf welcome to, this is our main function, and here this print message round brackets and semicolon is nothing but call of a function, that's it. Next we have to define the function. So definition is nothing but void, the return type and the message, that is the function name. This is the definition, body closed. The output will be welcome to Matmock YouTube channel. So here you can see the compiler will begin its execution from the main. First it will print this line. So here welcome is printed. Then again it will go to the next line. It is seeing the call of the function. So with this call it will go to the definition. So here you can say there is no argument, right? And then it will come inside, it will execute. So this is your out, and here there is no return value because there is no return type over, right? You are not giving any return. So this is nothing but a program on function without argument and without any return value, right? Next is example for function without argument and with return value to calculate the area of a function. Here int square semicolon is nothing but the declaration of the function. Int square and open bracket is nothing but the definition of the function, and here no arguments are given, but here we have a return value. It is taking the length and then it is returning the side into side. So s square is nothing but area of a square formula. With return value. So this definition is closed here. Next comes the main function, and here going to calculate the area of the square. Float area equals to all of the square function, right? And then it is printing the area. And here the output is going to calculate the square. Enter the length of the side in meters, that is we are entering 10 suppose. So it is giving the area of this square. So here first of all this is nothing but the declaration, that is the prototype, and here comes, and this prototype is optional. If you want to give, you can give for some compilers, and for some there is no need to give. This is nothing but the definition. Here you can see the opening bracket and without any argument it will come inside. This is nothing but the return. So what is happening? First it will start the execution from here. It will see this thing. First it will print the printf, that is going to calculate area of a circle, and then this is nothing but the call of the function. So with this call it will go here. It will go to the definition of the function. It will come inside and it will execute all these things, and side into side is again returned. This value is returned. So as you are entering the length of the side in meters as 10, so 10 into 10 is nothing but 100. So in this area variable 100 value will be stored, and when you are printing the area of the square we are getting the output as 100. So this is nothing but with return value and without any arguments, right? So next example we will see on function with argument and without return value. Example program to calculate the average of 5 numbers. Void average a, b, c, d, e. All these are integer type variables we are taking. So this is nothing but average is a user defined function. In this we are passing the argument float average, and with avg we are calculating the average a plus b plus c plus d plus e divided by 5. Next this. So it is printing here only inside the user defined function. There is no return type. It is not returning any value to the call. Here comes the main function, and then we are giving the input 5 parameters, and these parameters are passed through the call of the function. That is, here we are giving the call average a comma b comma c and so on. So these values are passed. So this is nothing but your out. So here we will see the execution begins from the main. These 5 values, that is 10, 20, 30, 40, these values are passed here, and whatever the parameters which are inside the call of a function, these are called as actual parameters. You can say it as actual parameters or actual arguments. And from here the compiler will go to the definition, and all these values 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 will be passed here to this a, b, c, d and so on. So next it will come and it will calculate the average. This all these are added and divided by 5, that is the total number, and here the average is printed. The average of given 5 numbers is nothing but 30. That's it. So here you are not returning anything, right? Inside the function you are not returning anything, just you are passing the parameter. Next example for function with argument and with return value. Both the things. Calculate the sum of two numbers. Int sum, int comma int. This is nothing but the prototype declaration of the user defined function, and in this even you can pass the parameters also or only the data type of these parameters. Suppose you have a variable and b variable of type integer. So inside the prototype only you can pass the data type of those variables. Void main, calculate the sum of two numbers. So here we are reading the input, and then result equals to sum of a comma b. So sum is nothing but the user defined function with two parameters, right? So here you can see we are passing two parameters of type integer. So here a and b are nothing but the variables of type integer, and this is nothing but the call of the sum function, and here with the call it will go to the definition. So from here taking these two values it will go to the definition of the function. Return a plus b and this. So we are returning this, that is we are adding the two values and then we are returning. So this return value will again go back to the call of the function here, and instead of this the result, that is, suppose you are entering 1020, so the addition is 30, so that 30 will be stored in this variable result, and here that result is printed. So this program was with the arguments and with the return type, both the thing. Going to calculate the sum of two numbers, enter two numbers 10 20, the sum is 30, right? Hope you understood this types of function definition and calling. And now we will see the execution of some program, right? Here you can see in result is equals to, we will take one function sum, and here we will pass to parameters, right? Here we are printing. So now what we need, we have done with the call, right? So we have to give the definition, but here suppose in sum int a comma int b, and this is the body. But the thing is, whenever the compiler, first of all the compiler begins its execution from main, and here it will come and it will see the call of the function, right? So it will see whether this sum function is present or not, but the compiler will not see it downwards, it will see to its upper side that whether some function named sum is present or not. So always before, above the call of the function, we have to write the definition, right? So for this what we will do, here we will take this and we will give the definition above the call of the function, like, right? Now what will happen, the compiler will come to the call, it will see, and then it can understand that yes, there is a function named sum, right? And then it will come inside the definition and it will execute. So the definition should be present before the call of the function. So here we will take c is equals to a plus semicolon, right? And now we have to return some value, right? So that it will go to the call of the function. So here return, we will be returning the variable value c, that's it. So what will happen here, right? So here it will come to the main function and it will see the call of the function, and then from this call it will go to the definition, and this 12 and 33 will be stored in a and b, and then the addition is done, and this addition is stored in c, and again this c value is returned to the call of the function. So this value, the addition, that is 12 plus 33, will be given to the variable result, and this result value will be printed here. So this was nothing but the user defined function with the arguments and with the return value, both the things. So now we will execute and see the output, right? So here you can see the result. The sum of two numbers is 45, that is 12 plus 33 is 45, right? So this is how the user defined function works. Now we will do one more thing. Here comma result1, we will take two variables, and now here result1 is equals to the call of the function, and here we will pass some other value, here we will print result1, right? So here what will happen, right? So here you can see it will start the execution from main. First it will see the sum of this, right? It will come to the definition, it will execute this whole definition, and it will return the value to this call, right? Then again the compiler comes back to the 16th line, and here it will again see the call of the same function name, then with this two different parameters, and again this will take these parameters here and it will pass these parameters into a and b, and then again it will come inside, and again with the different parameters it will execute this definition, and this c value is again returned here, right? And the calculation of this sum function with 12 and 33 will be stored in the variable result, and the calculation of 23 and 123, the sum of these two numbers, will be stored in the variable result. So this is how we can call the user defined function many number of times. So for any number of calls, there is no need to write the definition of the function again and again. So now we will execute and see, right? So here you can see the output. The sum of two numbers is 45, that is for 12 and 33. The sum of two numbers is 146 for numbers 23 and 120. So this is how the number of times you are calling the function, those number of times the definition of the function will get executed, right? Hope you understood the concept of user defined functions in CLang. Thanks for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe the channel, share this video with your friends. Thank you.